Okay, so in the last video we were showing how to use the UV material remapper to swap a game object over from using one material to another. And we started to look at these stairs and found that they were using the Fantasy Kingdom material, and the Fantasy Material Kingdom was using this texture here, but we don't have an equivalent in the target texture that we want to use, that we're sharing as our main one for the game. So we need to get this little bit here over here so that we can remap to it. Now the tool to use that for that is our Atlas remapper. So it's under Mesh Utilities, Atlas Composer. There we go. And we start by got to get that into an unlocked one. That's Fantasy Material 01, so we go Textures, then we got our Material 01 here, drag that in, and then we want the material we're going to, and that's this one. And then we want our recipe, so this is the Fantasy Kingdom. There we go. Very good. And that we can see we've done one mapping here. Make that a bit bigger. And overlap the other one so we don't get confused with what's behind. So we can see this green. I've got these toggle here, so you can change the color, and you'll see that we're mapping this to this. So we've remapped that a little bit, but we don't have anything that maps that. So let's go back to our Atlas. Oh, I'm just going to shift this over here. There's our Atlas. Same thing, we can see that here. Got that bit there. So what I want to do is map this and put it over here somewhere. Now we could keep it the same size, but this is kind of precious. We only get to fill this up once, and we have to do that for the entire game. And this is a set of stairs, and maybe we don't need it looking quite that high resolution. So we'll start by just dragging in the area. Now it's critical we get this spot on. So you'll see there's a bit of an overlap there. So I'm just going to increase that. 8. That looks like it's spot on. The bottom looks like it's spot on, but we're a bit wide. So I'll just reduce that back there. That looks good. So we're spot on there, and just check the top. And the top actually looks pretty good. So there we go. We've got that over there. I can just hit reset here. That'll copy those values down below, and we can see that wants to go there. Now that's quite a big area. I don't want to use up that much space, so what I can do is hold down Shift and scroll, and that'll start to reduce the size I'm using. I can also just click on it and drag it. And you know, maybe all we need is to put it in here. That looks like a nice spot to put it. And we can try that out, see if that's going to work. I mean, it's a big difference in size, but we'll see what it does. So we can get down to about there. So that would go from 444 down to 178. So what's that? Just below half. You know, that's not too bad. So I can just adjust that right in there. And you know what? I don't think I need those edges. I don't think they're being used. I think I haven't cleaned them up. We're definitely using that concrete beside it. And if we are using those bits on the side, well, I can always put them back in some other location. There we go. Oh, we could have fitted in up there. That's a nice little spot to fit it in. Or maybe we could even slot it in here. That, that would fit in nicely there, wouldn't it? We just make it a little smaller. If I hold down Control Shift, it just does 1 pixel at a time. There we go. Okay. I'm happy with that. 164, so it's about 30%. I think that actually might look okay, you know. I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem with stairs. Nobody's going to really notice, and I don't know how heavily that's used. If it isn't, we'll just have to go through this exercise again. So we've got the Fantasy Kingdom. If I hit apply now, what that's going to do is it's going to map. So we've now got that map there to there. I need to go to this Fantasy Kingdom because it's actually added a record here, and it starts off with this big name, and I want that to say I call these ones with little splotches in them cows because that makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you. So brown cow. They just seem like spots you might have on a cow. Just something that means something to me. And then I need to say that that's for this Fantasy Kingdom texture. So I just click that so I get it highlighted. And I chuck that in there. And you can see that that's grabbed those from 2 positions that we've used. We assign it to the Fantasy Kingdom. So that's given us a mapping. And that's all done. Fantasy Kingdom's done. So I can close that down now. And I just want to update, save project, and save, just so Unity flushes that all through. Then we'll bring this back. And now this UV remapper, it's a little confused because it hasn't updated. So we'll just click on these stairs timber. I'm going to drag in a different one just to help it reset because I don't have a button to do that. And I do that and that. Now we can see our remapping has gone, I'll just over here to this new location, and that looks damn good. It's remapped that. It's smaller, but all the sizing scaled in. It's scaled in nicely. Alrighty, I think we're good to go. Before I do that though, what I might do is B stairs timber 1. Hang on, let me just I'm just going to find that. I won't bring the window all the way back. Select. There we go. B stairs. We're going to have a look at it in here. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Yep, and I think it's just these edges that have got that cow type texture on them. Cool, so we can come back and have a look at that in a sec. UV remapper, we were happy with that. We got our stairs down here, we got to do them. So here we got our object is stairs. We now want to change that over to the Fantasy Kingdom. And where were those stairs? They were in building components stairs. So I just need to building components. Do I have a stairs here? I do. So this is under the opt one. I just want to drag this into my destination folder, so that'll move it across to stairs in here once we're done. And then all I need to do, I'll clear the report so we know that we can see that getting updated. I hit process. And no errors. It's all done. B stairs timber 1. Looks pretty good in here. We can see the little cow patches. Let's just get that out of the way. This is now pointing at our new material, and it looks pretty good. I don't think anybody, in fact I don't think you can tell the difference. Just that texture was used. The only thing you might do is if you zoomed in very closely, if you might have a little, see a little jaggedy there, it might have been a bit smoother, but nobody's going to get that close. So that's actually all done. And that's how we use the atlas so that we can map across those little tiles when they don't exist.